ABC Connecticut News starts now.
This freakish, rare October storm, historic storm, pushes through the state. As a matter of fact, it's even picking up in intensity. You're taking a live look right now from Hartford. Hi, everybody. I'm Jerry Brooks. We could state the obvious about the snowstorm, but there is absolutely nothing obvious about it. Some of us have well over a foot of snow, and it is October 29th. The storm is being blamed for one death on Route 85 in Colchester. More than 600,000 people are without power and could be without it for days. Governor Malloy has declared a state of emergency. He has also banned non-emergency travel on the Wilbur Cross and Merritt Parkways. We have live team coverage. We begin, though, of course, with Chief Meteorologist Brad Field. Brad, in a word, incredible.
Jerry, you said that some towns are reporting a foot of snow. Just a slight correction, many towns are reporting a foot of snow. This is absolutely unbelievable, the amount of heavy, wet snow that is being reported right now. Let's take a look at some of the snow totals from across the state. Ryan is working diligently in the background here, trying to update all this for us, and we've successfully done it. Look at Winchester, 17.5 inches of snow. New Hartford, 16 inches of snow. Ridgefield, near Danbury, 15.5 inches of snow. West Granby, this report's from my son from a few hours ago. I'm sure it's way higher than that right now. And in Shelton, 10 inches of snow accumulation. Now, the deal is the worst part of the storm is kind of over us right now. It's sort of the grand finale, if you will. We're going to have another 1 to 3 hours of this, and then the storm will peter out. The winter storm warning is up for interior Connecticut. That is probably the most obvious thing that we could possibly tell you tonight. But what I want to tell you here is the high wind warning, which is up along south coastal sections of Connecticut. Now, the good news here is we may have dodged one on this a little bit because the National Weather Service went as far as issuing a hurricane wind warning for the waters east of Cape Cod and east of Nantucket. So we could have been looking at some serious damage, but it appears we've dodged the worst of it. I've been noticing that the wind is maybe even going down a little bit. It was 38 miles per hour around Groton earlier tonight. Now it's down to 29, and we had wind gusts up over 50 miles per hour on the Sound, now gusting to 43 miles per hour. Now, what I want to show you here importantly about the temperature, notice Norfolk, notice Torrington, 29, 29. Notice Tolland, 31. Notice Windsor Locks, 32. These are the areas where the snow is really piling up because it's snowing and it's not melting. The other places, it's snowing and it's melting. So there's less. And to show you the radar and to show you what we're up against and to show you the grand finale coming across, let's go over to Ryan.
Yeah, the other thing we're noticing on this temperature map, Brad, Danbury, Waterbury, Lebanon, and Danielson all not reporting. The reason why? They don't have power. It's hard to get a weather observation back on the internet without any juice. All right, let's show you what's going on Doppler radar. What a classic snowstorm. We are getting the worst of this snowstorm in the Berkshires and the Litchfield Hills and across the rest of Connecticut. The last band of heavy snow working through Connecticut right now. I have noticed in the last 15 minutes or so, we're beginning to see the end of the storm with lighter snow moving into portions of far western Litchfield County. The snow's beginning to let up, and this trend will continue. That lighter snow will be moving in, but before it gets here, we have an important band of heavy snow, the heaviest snow of this entire event, moving through northwest Hartford County, basically from Enfield over toward Heartland, down toward Burlington, over into Barkhamsted, portions of Harwinton, then toward Bristol and Southington, Wolcott, Middlebury, Woodbury, Southbury, over toward Newtown, all looking at that heavy snow band. And that band is moving to the east. So even though in eastern Connecticut, just some flurries and a little bit of drizzle right now, we will have another couple inches of snow that moves through as this band approaches from the west. You can see exact tracks showing that by 3 o'clock in the morning. The heaviest is out toward Boston by 6 o'clock. The sun will be out across a good deal of the state. Well, a little bit after that when the sun comes up around 7. All right, So here's what to expect. By daybreak tomorrow, 12 to 18 inches across a wide swath of western and northern Connecticut. Some areas in Litchfield County, 20, 21, 22 inches, quite possible. 6 to 12 inches, many areas around Hartford looking at about 10 inches. We may pick up another 2 or 3 inches of snow tonight, and then 2 to 6 inches along the Connecticut shoreline. That we could get another 2 to 4 inches in the next hour or two. An incredible storm, record-breaking, record-shattering, never before in our history, in our recent history, have we seen anything like this. This is certainly one for the record.
Let's check up to the Northwest Hills. Jeff Stecker is live in Winstead, where it was really coming down the last time we checked in with you, Jeff.
Hey, Jerry, and you know what? Some other things are coming down now, too. About 30 seconds ago, we heard that very discernible crackle of a tree branch coming down, and I think that's probably a sound a lot of people are hearing around Connecticut tonight. When we last checked in with you about 40 minutes or so ago, the lights were on here on Main Street, and now as I look up and down Main Street here in Winstead, they are completely in the dark, and that is something, again, that we're seeing all over the state. We started out earlier this evening down in Waterbury, where we were seeing a heavier, wetter, sort of slushy kind of snow. We decided to drive up Route 8. We found something completely different in Winstead. Take a look at our drive up. Making tracks, that's what drivers willing to venture north on Route 8 are doing tonight on a snow-covered highway. Some cars just can't make it through, and when it's not the snow, it's down trees getting in the way. By the time we arrive in Winstead,
it's really bad. Like you see, it's trees down. You know, it's a lot of outage in power, and, you know, it's pretty bad.
Trees and branches are down all along Main Street. The few people that stayed out tonight are having a hard time digging out and getting home.
I cleaned up my car, I cleaned up my friend's car, and then her car.
And once they get home, for many, they'll be walking into the dark.
So my kid just called me. We had a power at home, so.
Night ahead of you.
Yeah, we got a long night.
A lot of people have a long night ahead of them. We talk about these power outages here, but you've been talking all night about the fact that there are now hundreds of thousands of people without power here in Connecticut, and it's going to last quite some time. The difference that we're seeing up here as we got closer to the northwest corner of Connecticut is